So you're thinking of moving to Hudson, Ohio. In this video, we're gonna help you with that. And we're gonna share our list of 5 pros and 5 cons about moving to Hudson, Ohio. But stick around, because I'm gonna show you how Hudson looks like the perfect place to live, but I'm also gonna share maybe one thing that you might think twice about. So let's get into that right now. My name is Joe Latanzo, and I'm with the Moving to Northeast Ohio team. And if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is about living in Northeast Ohio and the different cities and the surrounding areas, then subscribe below. Tap that bell for notifications so that you can be the first to learn about what's going on in the marketplace in Northeast Ohio. You know, my team and I, we get calls every single day from people just like you looking to make their move in Northeast Ohio, and we love it, so keep it coming. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 9 months, just give us a call, shoot us an email, send us a text. All our info is in the description below. And better yet, schedule that Zoom call. That's gonna be your favorite. We'd be happy to help you make that smooth move in Northeast Ohio. Now let's talk schools, because honestly, if you're moving with kids, this might be your #1 box to check. Now, Hudson Public School District is one of the best in the entire state. We're talking 5 schools here, serving about 4,600 students with preschool all the way through 12th grade. You've got McDowell Early Learning, pre-K to kindergarten. You got Ellsworth Hill for grades 1 through 2. You got East Woods for grades 3 through 5. Then you've got the Hudson Middle School, which is right behind me. And then of course, the high school. So it seems to be a clean, logical progression, and all the campuses are close by, super convenient for the families. Now, academically, Hudson knocks it out of the park. And according to niche.com, the district scores an A+ overall and ranks 11th in the entire state. Now, the Ohio Department of Education gave Hudson a perfect 5-star rating in every single category last year. Graduation rates, they're at 96%, with ACT and SAT scores ranking pretty high. But it's not just the test scores. You know, Hudson schools offer between 25 to 29 AP classes. They've got dual credit college programs, a career tech center with over 26 different pathways, everything from healthcare to HVAC. And if your child's gifted, then there's that whole tiered gifted and talented program starting from grade 3 with specialized instruction and enrichment, and then customized learning plans as well. Oh, and one more thing. If you're open to private boarding school options, then you're gonna wanna know about Western Reserve Academy that's right here in Hudson. Now, Western Reserve Academy is a top-tier college prep, boarding and day high school, consistently ranked as Ohio's #1 private school per Niche and US News. And this place has been around since 1826, and it sits on around a 190-acre campus, and you're just, you know, minutes from downtown. So whether your kids are aiming for Ivy League or, you know, just trying to figure out what they love to do, Hudson schools are going to give them the room to grow and to thrive. It's one of those communities where education is a top priority, and you know, you feel it walking in every one of these buildings. You want to know what makes Hudson feel straight out of a storybook? The charming downtown, of course. The heart of the city around 1st and Main. You have boutique storefronts framed with historic facades dating back to the early 1800s, as you can see behind me. It's just a short 5 blocks, and you've got everything. Coffee shops, bookstores, bakeries, galleries, little cozy little restaurants. I mean, it's great for morning, afternoons, and everything in between. I think locals joke around here about, you know, they leave their car at home on the weekends, because it's true. I mean, it can get a little busy around here on the weekends. We'll talk about that in a minute. And the calendar, jam-packed. The Hudson Farmers Market rolls into the clock tower green every Saturday from June to October. It's about 30 vendors, fresh produce, baked goods, plus there's even some live music. It even draws over 20,000 people every season. I mean, it feels like you're walking through a community postcard. But what's really cool about Hudson is these smart growth done right. There was a phase 2 redevelopment with condos, mixed use spaces, even a boutique hotel. And it was all designed to keep it walkable and vibrant, which it is. And it's not just about the nostalgia, you know, it's a tight, modern lifestyle hub here in Hudson, Ohio. Living nearby means that you can stroll, grab a coffee, swing by the market, pop into the gallery, I mean, even catch some summer concerts or, you know, a quiet moment under the clock tower. Now, real estate around here, it does hold its value because people want the connection. You know, you're walking into a lifestyle, not just houses around here in Hudson, Ohio. All right, let's talk about what really makes a place feel like home. And nothing says suburban comfort like feeling safe. Hudson has that sense of peace. It's not just a vibe, and it's supported by strong data. Per Neighborhood Scout, your chances of being a victim of a violent crime here is about 1 in 2,000, so significantly lower than the US average. Now, Niche agrees, giving Hudson a B+ for crime and safety. Users report, you know, feeling very safe. Over 95% of the respondents, you know, say that there's really no cause or concern, and they even say that the city's police has a presence both visible and responsive. So, well-lit streets, active park control, volunteer fire, school resource officers at each building. Hudson makes a serious investment in public safety, and for those considering a move, yes, your mailbox may say suburban, but what you're really buying is peace of mind in Hudson, Ohio. Let me ask you something. You ever feel better after just taking a walk outside? Same here. And Hudson, this town is built for that kind of lifestyle. So whether you're looking at long hikes, short strolls, or, you know, just finding a quiet bench by the water, Hudson makes it real easy to connect with nature. And I'm sitting here on a bench right now, you know, just finding a quiet bench by the water. Hudson's gonna really make it easy for you to connect with nature. Now, I'm here right now at a go-to local spot, and this is Hudson Springs Park. It's got a huge lake. As you can see, there's people kayaking out there, and you can fish here. It's a catch and release. Now I'm sitting on a log. You can see that. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm hanging out by the water, sitting on a log. It is really peaceful out here. And also, they got these little overlooks that you can go to. And as you can see, that one right there, same thing. They got a couple of them, you know, throughout the park. You got 2 miles of trails. I see a bunch of people jogging, walking their dogs, and then you can rent kayaks right down over there. There's even a dock where people can fish or launch a kayak. You can rent kayaks, so really nice, clean park, and you're just minutes from Hudson. Now, if you're into more woods and waterfalls, then you got to check out the Cascade Park. It's got some little trails that wind along a creek with some small waterfalls and a ton of shade, a lot more shade than you got over here, because like if you look over there on that side of the park, there's a lot of sunlight over there. But Cascade Park is a great place to explore with your kids, or, you know, if you have one of those days, take a quiet walk. Oh, and here's the best part. Just outside of Hudson, you've got the Cuyahoga Valley National Park. I mean, a real national park right here in Northeast Ohio. So you've got over 125 miles of scenic overlooks, boardwalks, all that cool stuff, you know, when you want to go to a national park and take a walk. The Ledges Trail, it's a local favorite. It's got rock formations and it's got really cool views. Now you could be on a trail within 10 to 15 minutes drive, you know, from Hudson. And if you're into biking and hiking, you've got the Summit Metro Parks Bike and Hike Trail, and that's going to cut through the area. It's got over 30 miles of, you know, it's paved and smooth trails for, you know, even casual riders. If that's something that, you know, you enjoy, you can get on there, and it makes it real super easy to take a ride. So whether it's a sunset stroll after dinner or Saturday morning hike with the kids, you know, Hudson has plenty of outside spaces for you to stay active. It's one of those things that people don't always think about when they're moving. But once you live here, I think that you're gonna use it all the time. All right, if you got a commute, or maybe you're splitting the time between cities, Hudson is gonna be a pretty sweet spot. It's kind of like being in the middle of a big triangle between Cleveland, Akron, and Kent and Stowe area. So whether you're headed north or south, somewhere in between, it's all pretty doable. From downtown Hudson, you're looking at about 30 to 35 minutes to Cleveland. Obviously, it's going to all be depending on traffic. Akron's even closer, usually 20, 25 minutes tops. And you've got direct access to Route 8 plus I-480 and the Ohio Turnpike aren't too far either, which make it a really easy to jump onto most of the major highways that are going to be closed. And for travelers out there, you're only about 35 minutes from the Cleveland Hopkins International Airport, and you're just under 40 minutes from the Akron-Canton Airport as well. So you've got options. So whether you're flying for work or you're sneaking away for a long weekend, you're not too bad. All right, let's talk numbers, because as amazing as Hudson is, you're definitely paying a premium to live here. Now, according to Zillow, the average home value in Hudson is gonna be around $532,000, and a median sale price hit around $552,000 as of late May of 2025. Now, that's not just a couple extra dollars, it's significantly higher than, your neighboring communities around here. Now, Rocket Homes reported a median sold price of roughly around $552,000, and that's up nearly 9.5% year over year, confirming that Hudson is a solid market to buy a home in. So if you're looking here, expect to act fast and likely pay over asking price. Even more affordable areas within Hudson trend well above the national state averages. The cost does reflect your value that you're getting. Top tier schools, beautiful neighborhoods, you get walkable downtown, and then all that outdoor access. But let's be real, it does come with a price tag. So if budget is high on your list, you might end up looking just outside of Hudson, scaling back a little bit on some features to kind of stay within reach. Now this one's a mixed bag, because depending on your personality, it's either going to be a big con or it's just going to be part of the charm. Now, Hudson is known for its strict zoning laws and active homeowners associations, especially in many of the newer developments. Now, the city's been very intentional about keeping the classic New England style look, clean lines, uniform landscaping, tasteful architecture. And I think if you look behind me, you can see some of that. And this is an older neighborhood, but again, it's still well kept, well maintained. Like you see a lot of the clean lines on the houses. They use the zoning to make sure that things stay, picture perfect, I guess, right? Now, what does that mean for you? Well, let's just say you want to build a shed in your backyard. You want to put up a fence, maybe paint your front door, a fun color, a turquoise or a red. Here in Hudson, you're going to need to get city approval, or at the very least, the green light from the HOA. Okay, some neighborhoods have, rules on the type of mailbox that you can use, how many cars can park outside overnight, and the city's planning and zoning code, let's just say it's pretty thick. Hudson has a designated architectural and historical board of review, basically a panel that looks at the plans for construction, remodeling, any kind of, minor repairs or changes that you want to do to the exterior of your house. Their job is to protect the historic aesthetic character of the city, which is great for consistency, but it can feel maybe a little hands-on, if you're used to having that more freedom. So same goes for HOAs. Some are pretty relaxed and, others are very active. Monthly dues, architectural committees, the whole 9 yards. You're gonna wanna read all that fine print, before you buy. Now, all of this helps Hudson stay beautiful, well-maintained, no doubt about it. But if you're someone who likes to do your own thing, and maybe you're dreaming of a big backyard projects, these rules can be more restrictive than protective. So if you're the type of person who loves freedom to personalize, Hudson's meticulous zoning and HOA culture might be something that you're gonna need to consider. Let's get a little real here. If you're looking for a place that's fun, kicks off after 10 p.m., then Hudson is gonna leave you wanting more. Now, don't get me wrong, Hudson is a great, charming town. It's full of cozy restaurants, cafes, kind of spots where you can meet up with friends, grab some dinner, enjoy a nice glass of wine. But once 9 o'clock hits, things get really quiet around here. Most of the shops close early. The restaurants start winding down, just a little bit after that. So there are a couple of bars and wine spots, places like Kepner's, in downtown and also downtown 140, but even those kind of mellow out a little bit earlier. It's more of a grab a drink and unwind kind of vibe, not, hey, let's stay out till 2 a.m. kind of town. So if you're used to the nightlife, you're probably gonna be hopping in your car and heading out to Kent or Akron or, up north to Cleveland. That said, if your version of nightlife is, sitting in your backyard with a fire pit, good bottle of wine, maybe watching stars come out, Hudson's totally delivers on that, and it's just going to depend on, what your rhythm is. All right, here's something that folks don't always expect when they first visit Hudson. Now, for a small town, traffic can actually be kind of a pain, especially near the downtown area. And, you're looking at behind me, there's a major intersection right here, traffic hour, when there's big events going on. And then, as you can see back here behind me, as you're going down this street right here, it all lines up with traffic because it's just 2 lanes, one coming in and one going out, right, on each side. I mean, the charm of Hudson is right in its walkability, historic core, but with charm comes narrow roads, busy crosswalks, and limited parking. So yeah, Hudson's downtown is amazing, but on a busy weekend, you're gonna need a little patience or just, park a few blocks away and kind of enjoy that walk into town. All right, so let's say you're sold on Hudson, the schools, the parks, the charm, but then you start house hunting and you realize real quick that the options here are kind of a one-size-fits-all. Most of Hudson's housing stock is made up of single-family homes, and we're talking large, traditional style, spacious homes, big yards, 2-3 car garages like this big mammoth house behind me. And you've got another one across the street over here. You can see it. Now, if that's what you're after, you're gonna be in heaven. But if you're looking for something smaller, more modern, or even just more affordable, like a condo or a duplex or a townhome, the choices get real slim real fast. There are a few newer developments with cluster homes, low maintenance villas, but they're going to be limited and often priced really on the high end. And any apartments, I mean, they're here, but they're not widespread. And the ones that are available, they tend to be, on the higher demand, like on First and Main, where new developments are closer to downtown, and with the rentals that are going to match that, because they're going to be pretty pricey rentals. There are also not a ton of options for multi-generational living or starter homes under 300,000, or homes with in-law suites. So if you're downsizing, or you're just hoping to, for something that's flexible, you might be, looking outside of Hudson for that. In places like Stowe, Macedonia, or even Twinsburg, where the housing mix is a little bit broader. This lack of variety does keep the town looking neat and upscale. I mean, everything fits the same general aesthetic, but it can feel a little limiting, when you're trying to find that perfect fit for you. So here's the bottom line, Hudson offers a beautiful selection of homes, but it's not exactly something for everyone kind of market, if you know what I mean. So if you're looking for housing options beyond that classical suburban mold, you might need to broaden your search just a little bit. All right, so there you have it. You've got the full scoop, the good, the not so good, and everything in between when it comes to living in Hudson, Ohio. Thanks for sticking around, and we greatly appreciate you. Give us a thumbs up if you found this video helpful. And yes, we're gonna cover more in the neighborhoods in Hudson, Ohio. So make sure that you subscribe, smash that bell for notifications. We'd love to hear your feedback too about living in Hudson. What'd you like? What didn't you like? Give us some tips below. That's gonna help everyone watching the channel. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 9 months, please give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. And as always, schedule that Zoom call. We'd be happy to help you out in any way possible. So until next time, we hope to see you around town.